Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Plug and Play Mobility Detroit Expo Day Batch 1. We're really excited to host all of you here today. And we're also excited to showcase you our top 14 startups who made it in our Batch 1 here in our Plug and Play Detroit program. And before we kick it off, I wanted to introduce myself real quick. My name is Johannes Schratt, and I'm a Senior Director for Corporate Partnerships here at Plug and Play. And I'm focusing on our smart city verticals, which includes mobility, IoT, real estate, and energy. And I'm also overseeing all of our activities in Detroit. And Detroit is really a passion of mine. I've been working on establishing a location in Detroit for over 2 years now. And we had some great events already in Detroit. And although right now we're having events virtual, we're really looking forward to have in-person events in Detroit very soon again, hopefully already for our next Expo. And for that reason, we wanted to showcase here a video of one event. It's actually our first event we did in Detroit in partnership with Planet M and the governor of Michigan. And we wanted to showcase this video here as a little bit of a rear view of what we have been doing in the past.
This is a convergence point. We have one of the most successful entities in Silicon Valley at bringing startups together, wanting to be here. We have one of the greatest environments in mobility. We are the world's leader. Mobility is the way to do it. Let's be proud we're here today.
What do you think about the event?
Well, I'll tell you, the energy by the time it got to my talk was so high, it was hard not to be pumped up.
I love when Plug and Play does events, we always have the right people in the room. It's been an amazing event for us.
I think like any other Plug and Play event, this is just absolutely incredible where Plug and Play brings great people together to collaborate and meet, and you really short circuit the process into just a quick introduction.
Detroit is obviously world-renowned and known to be the most important place in the US for car companies, and so I think it's really important to be here. It's been a really exciting time and our business has grown tremendously.
It has been the automotive city for a long time, but when you look forward in the next 5 to 10 years, the rate of change is going to be incredible. It's just an amazing area to be engaged in for that future vision of mobility. We're excited.
It's hard to make cars. A lot of the talent in the automotive space is based in Detroit and Michigan, so that area is going to be critical.
The collaboration here is so key to really join forces. I'm excited to see the Plug and Play is coming to Detroit. I think that was an important next step to expand the Plug and Play ecosystem and the network.
We are looking forward to inviting the OEMs like Ford, Chrysler, GM, plus the Tier 1 suppliers to join this innovation platform to make it perhaps the best in the world.
You guys have been doing some really exciting things. So I appreciate the network you've already established, your vision for the future, and how we might collaborate to make it even stronger and better.
Thank you so much. So we really appreciate the support.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, there was a lot of energy during that event. I'm really missing this in-person interactions, the networking, this big event. So as I said earlier, we're really looking forward to have our next Expo, hopefully in person again, and really make a splash with another one of those big events here in Detroit. Well, with that being said, let's focus on our event here today. And I want to go over the engine real quick. So after my quick updates, we'll kick it off right away with our startup pitches at 11:10 until 12. So we'll have our 14 different startups present their technologies to you. And then there will be some quick closing remarks from my colleague, Logan. Just keep in mind, there will be no Q&A panel or networking today. So instead, we'll launch our startup polls to gauge your interest, and we'll connect all of you with all the startups you indicate interest. With that being said, before we kick it off, I also wanted to say a big thank you to all of our corporate partners on our platform here in Detroit. Without our corporate partners, this innovation platform wouldn't be as successful as we are here today. And you can see here all of our corporate partners who are collaborating with us here in Detroit. Our founding partners are Stellantis, Planet M, Borg Warner, and MMSDC. And we're also very excited to announce a new partner on our platform, which is Google. So it's great to have a technology player like Google on our platform now, and we're really looking forward to see how they are collaborating with our startups on the platform. And then one last update on the partner side, we will also announce a new partner in the next weeks. So it's very great to see that our platform here in Detroit is growing. Also, real quick, a snapshot here of our startups who will be presenting here today to you. We have different focus areas in this batch, and they are new mobility and autonomy. They're also Industry 4.0, AI and ML, and another focus is electrification and sustainability. And that aligns quite a bit with the focus areas we have defined for our platform here together with our corporate partners. As you can see here, we have the 6 focus areas which we are focusing on. One is future of in-vehicle experience. That's technologies that can help improve the in-vehicle experience, such as like new materials, in-cabin virtual assistant. And this is a very interesting topic as we have seen quite a lot of traction there, lots of POCs, and we also just saw like an implementation in a full-scale production car in that sector, which we will be announcing very soon as well during an event. Some other focus areas are EV battery technologies, as well as autonomous driving and sensing technologies. A big topic over the last 15 months, especially during COVID, was smart factory technologies. Cost savings are very important for a lot of our corporate partners, and we also see some very interesting POCs as well as full-scale implementations in that sector currently. And then other topics are mobility as a service software, as well as AI and ML for manufacturing. And with that being said, I would say let's hand it over to our startups. But before that, I will hand it over to my colleague Logan Azelton, who will guide you through the presentations here today.
Thank you, Johannes, for getting us kicked off, and hello, everyone. As a quick intro on myself, I'm Logan Azelton, and I'm heading the corporate partnerships here at a Plug and Play Detroit, where I'm working with our partners, as Johannes mentioned earlier, Stellantis, Borg Warner, MMSDC, the OFME, and now Google, to help drive open innovation and foster economic development within the state of Michigan. So now we will jump right into today's startup pitches, where we'll be showcasing you the 14 graduating companies focused on new mobility and autonomy, then Industry 4.0, followed by artificial intelligence and machine learning, then closed out with electrification and sustainability. Throughout today's presentation, you will have the opportunity to indicate if you would like to follow up and learn more about our startups via a virtual poll that will pop up on your screen. Please feel free to interact, and we will be sure to connect you after the session. To begin the presentations, we will now dive into the new mobility and autonomy focused startups. And to kick us off in the new mobility and autonomy section, we have Jacob at Liftingo, where they guide global organizations and cities on how to plan, launch, and scale shared mobility projects. Liftingo, take us away.
Hi everyone, it's Jacob Gregg here from Liftango. I'm going to give you all a quick update on what's been happening for us and a quick introduction to those who haven't met us before. So for those that haven't met us, our vision and our mission is really to unlock all the good that comes from shared transport. And we do that by providing technology that powers in a really dynamic way, carpool and bus solutions. So really trying to aid our cities and major employers in helping people to shift away from driving on their own and choosing shared transport options to reduce congestion and the emissions associated with car travel. So our story, we've been in business for 5 years. We started in Australia. We now have expanded globally. We have offices here in the US, in Canada, the UK, and Brazil. We've got a huge amount of corporate clients and an increasingly large amount of global public transit agencies that we're working with. So what a big year we've got ahead. 2020 was a tough one, a lot of uncertainty, but things are looking great for us for 2021. We've just completed our B round of investment. That's given us a significant injection of capital that we need to double our team now to really take advantage of the growth that's in front of us. We've got 5 on-demand bus projects launching globally, 2 of which are in Michigan, which is very exciting for us. It's still a real key strategic place for us to look to grow and prosper. We've got a global carpool launch coming with IKEA, which is very exciting across 5 different countries. We're launching a combined carpool and employee shuttle program. That's one of the first ever where you'll see the 2 technologies and the 2 services from one app for 3 of America's largest employers. 2 of the services that we're supporting are entirely EV fleets, and we're launching an AV project in Palo Alto later this year. So all looking really good. Very exciting times for Lift Tango. And we look forward to meeting with you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Lift and Go. Way to get us started with some exciting news. Can't wait to see what you all do next. So now we have LunaWave, the developer of antenna and sensor technology designed for autonomous driving applications, wireless communications, and drones. Go ahead, LunaWave.
Good afternoon. I am John Shin, CEO and co-founder of LunaWave. LunaWave is a radar-based machine sensing company currently backed by 12 institutional VCs and 4 strategics, including the likes of BMW I Ventures, Baidu Ventures, Proeza Ventures, and Shanghai Automotive Ventures. We're currently based in Arizona with satellite office in Silicon Valley and Boston. We do have plans to expand into Michigan. Since the company's inception, most of our new hires came to us from automotive industry. LunaWave also has an incredible set of board members. In 2020, we had the opportunity to onboard Mr. Peter Schwarzenbauer, who was on BMW Group's management board for the last 7 years. Prior to BMW, Mr. Schwarzenbauer was also on the management board of Volkswagen. In addition, we were fortunate to have on board other top executives from Ford, GM, Aptiv, and Stone Ridge. At the heart of LunaWave's sensor solution is a patented process to mass produce a high-frequency Bloomberg radar antenna that no other company in the world has been able to fabricate. Prior to forming LunaWave, our technical co-founders dedicated about 10 years in development and volume production of the world's first millimeter wave Bloomberg antenna. In preparation for automotive applications, and with the support of several global OEMs and Tier 1s, LunaWave's 3D printed antenna has successfully passed automotive qualification tests. At a system level, as part of the pre-development projects, POCs, with OEs and the Tier 1s, LunaWave has delivered 3 generations of automotive high imaging radar targeting ADAS and AV applications. In 2020, Gen 3 of our automotive high imaging radar delivered 0.5 degree angular resolution across 180 degrees of field of view in azimuth and 20 degrees of field of view in vertical space, with a distance detection of 300 plus meters and a frame rate of 30 hertz. Aside from the continued POCs and product trial engagements with the global OEs, we're in the process of structuring formal partnerships with a short target list of global Tier 1 suppliers. Now, with LunaWave's core technology, my team is looking to partner with global Tier 1s in setting new standards in the automotive radar market. We do not have any existing exclusive agreements and open to various forms of relationships, from becoming the supplier of the antenna, along with radar design support, to tech licensing, to joint development, and certainly strategic investments. Based on the feedback from the OEs that we've worked with so far, they are hoping to utilize 2 to 4 LunaWave's radar sensors to replace the current 16 to 20 radar sensor package on each vehicle. Now, our customers are looking for LunaWave's radar sensor to help them simplify the mechanical architecture of the radar sensor, reduce data fusion complexity, save on overall radar sensor cost while delivering industry-leading performance with 30% improvement in distance detection, 6x better in clarity, and most importantly, it's that consistent performance across a very wide field of view. My team is also very proud to have been named one of the winners for PACE Pilot Award by Automotive News in 2020. Thank you again for your time this afternoon. Please feel free to check out our website for some product demo videos at www.loonwave.com. I look forward to the potential opportunity to work with your team on any ADAS AV sensor needs in the form of virtual demos and on-vehicle demos, and certainly as product trial agreements and POC engagements. Thank you again for your time. Feel free to reach out to me at john@loonwave.com. Thank you.
Wow, great work, John and the whole LunaWave team. Thank you all so much. And now we have Orbis, where they will be discussing their new initiative, BioAid.
Hello, I'm Marcus Hayes, CEO and co-founder of Orbis. Orbis was founded in December 2014 and quickly attracted a group of exceptional mechanical, electrical, and software engineers who from that time forward have made it their mission to help speed the societal adoption of electric vehicles. We are a Santa Rosa, California-based developer of a patented in-wheel motor drivetrain with patent-pending powertrain add-ons that bring important weight and cost efficiencies to the EV industry broadly, but none so opportune as last-mile transportation. During the process of evolving the technology, NASA became highly involved and has since contributed intellectual property that now ensures an OEM quality deliverable. What Orbis has developed is an in-wheel, all-wheel drive drivetrain that, including motor, weighs no more than an ordinary passenger car or truck wheel. While the technology may eventually serve a multitude of industries, Orbis has elected to focus on vehicles with a gross vehicle weight rating of 6,000 pounds. Orbis has identified a market segment that, in concert with Orbis's patent-pending delivery vehicle called eMod, will rapidly improve industry economics broadly. eMod departs from conventional skateboard designs in that battery packs are man-portable and can be changed in a matter of minutes to ensure optimal utilization. This concept was born of an engagement with the United States Postal Service when a deep analysis of USPS routes made it evident that 80% of routes could be served with a mere 15 kilowatt hours of battery capacity. Further research into the stored energy requirements of last-mile delivery indicates that USPS requirements are generally true for all localized deliveries. eMod will initially be offered as a neighborhood electric vehicle, but as the eMod platform has been engineered for modularity, the driver module will be offered in highway legal versions as well. No matter which version of the patent-pending eMod is selected, the exceptionally low floor, high roof, and turning radius enabled by the Orbis P5 in-wheel powertrain yields substantial improvements in pedestrian, driver, and community safety as compared to conventional delivery vans. In fact, the efficiency of the eMod platform is such that level 1 charging and augmentative optional solar panels can support the energy requirements in any city that desires a zero-emission vehicle delivery network. eMod is novel for a construction method that allows it to be knocked down and shipped in 40-foot containers for later assembly by semi-skilled labor. To ensure that these promises are met, eMod will be sold with a proprietary mesh network that efficiently coordinates pickups, deliveries, battery exchange, vehicle range, and individual battery charge levels. eMod will initially be rolled out in San Francisco, and during this trial, the company will work to establish a leadership position in an industry projected to double within 5 years. eMod will subsequently roll out in Austin, Texas, Los Angeles, California, and New York City. Orbis's last-mile delivery network and telematics overlay is poised to scale rapidly and efficiently to the benefit of people and communities everywhere.
Super cool initiative. Thank you, Orbis and the BioAid team. Moving right along, we will now be diving into the Batch 1 startups focused on Industry 4.0. And to start us off, we have Retrocausal. They build a visual mistake-proofing system that uses cameras and computer vision to monitor a repetitive manual task and provide live feedback to the workers using audible alerts. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Zishan Zia, the CEO of Retrocausal. We are a startup company headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Discrete manufacturing is a $1.2 trillion business just in the US, which loses 20% of revenues annually because of assembly line mistakes. Our virtual supervisor platform uses an AI-enabled camera to analyze the task performed on an assembly line in real time. It offers audible and visual alerts when mistakes happen to ensure the operator completes a unit correctly before handing it off to the next workstation. Our platform also continuously performs time studies on assembly processes to help manufacturers accelerate Kaizen events. In pilots with real-world customers, we find 10% improvements in first-time yields, 60% reduction in manual assembly-related quality issues, and 44% reduction in worker training times. After raising our seed round from Japan's top VC and a funding grant from NASA's Human Research Program, we currently have more than a dozen pilots and full-scale deployments with some of the largest manufacturers on the planet. We are helping these customers significantly reduce manual assembly errors and increase efficiency and profits. Here you see retroactivity monitoring the assembly of a desktop computer and alerting a worker when he misses certain steps. Experienced operators are consistently retiring and being replaced by temporary workforce that is poorly trained and increases quality problems for manufacturers. At the same time, due to disruptive changes in product offerings, assembly processes need to evolve rapidly while accommodating multiple product configurations coming down the same line. These complications further cause operators to make assembly mistakes. We use computer vision to understand complex human activities at manual assembly workstations, helping manufacturing operators avoid assembly mistakes, train better, and improve the processes they drive. This is the first time that complex human activity understanding is being productionized as a platform. There do exist a couple of vendors who spend months to create customized video understanding models for individual manual processes, but there is no other solution out there that allows an ordinary industrial engineer or a manufacturing supervisor to create such experiences within hours, using nothing but a handful of recorded video demonstrations. Our technology has won the Best Demonstration Award at the premier augmented reality conference, ISMAR 2020, and it has passed peer review for presentation at the #1 academic conference in computer vision, CVPR 2021. We have also filed several patent applications with the US Patent Office to protect our technology. We start with innovation teams at large discrete manufacturers in the US and abroad. We have also established partnerships with distributors and integrators in South America and Asia who are helping us scale. We provide a free standalone evaluation kit to customers so they can try our solution without any friction and provide us with feedback. Our standard pricing model comprises monthly subscription fees either on a per seat or on a per site basis. Our team has PhDs in computer vision, and we are regarded as the foremost authorities in 3D object interaction understanding. We identified the need for a live task guidance platform focused on frontline workers from our interactions with enterprise partners while we were building the HoloLens at Microsoft. Our sales leadership has operated manufacturing companies as well as spent years selling AI into enterprises. Reach out to try our free evaluation kit and learn more at retrocausal.ai. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Zishan and Retrocausal. Very informative. We'll now bring it over to Valiant, an artificial intelligence company that provides products to connect and optimize the complete value chain as well as factory operations.
Hi, my name is Federico Crespo, and I'm the co founder and CEO of Valia.io, an AI based industrial tech aiming to eliminate every human decision making across any manufacturing process, as well as the value chain planning and execution. Have you ever stepped up in a manufacturing process in a manufacturing facility? It doesn't matter whether you're in Germany, Japan, the US, Latin America, it always feels the same. It feels like you're in the 70s or in the 60s. A lot of spreadsheets going around, a lot of paper sheets everywhere, a lot of human decision making across virtual any decision point in any manufacturing process, as well as any value chain process. So that's why we created Valiant. Valiant has two main products. One of them is called Factory OS, which is basically aiming at eliminating human decision making in the factory by itself. We physically and digitally connect to any data generating sources as PLCs, IoT, sensors, drivers, ERPs, CRMs, WMS, so on and so forth, in order to create a digital representation of what's actually happening in the shop floor. With this, we can create short and mid-term simulations in order to understand how the factory is going to be behaving, how the machines are going to be behaving, and what are the ideal set points to virtually any part of the process. At the same time, we have created the same idea of product, but for the value chain. The value chain is usually a subset of isolated decisions from demand forecast, the replenishment procedures, production scheduling, and distribution. So we created Value Chain OS, which first of all connects every part of this usually isolated process. It creates a real-time connection and a real-time connectivity between all of the parts of this process. And then with that digital representation of what's actually happening in the value chain, we create optimized models that help the manufacturers make the best decisions in virtually every part of the process, from replenishment models, production scheduling, production sequencing, and distribution. We have worked with huge companies and amazing companies such as Heineken, John Deere, Metalsa, Tier 1 automotive company, among some others. And I'm happy to talk about Valiant a little bit more.
Awesome presentation. Great work, Federico and Valiant. Now to close out the Industry 4.0 section, we have LinCode. LinCode's proprietary and patentable technology on AI, ML, and IoT combined technology allows manufacturers to benefit from Industry 4.0 at scale. Rajesh, the stage is yours.
Hello, my name is Rajesh Iyengar. I am the CEO and co-founder of LinCode. We are primarily a software company enabling manufacturers to automate visual inspection using artificial intelligence and machine learning. I have 3 successful exits prior to starting LinCode. Our CTO, Ritika, comes from Microsoft and ADP and working in various AI companies. And this is a second startup together for us. We went to various manufacturers to identify the top 10 challenges, and we figured that they primarily use 3 different solutions. And the major impact they have with these current solutions is higher TCO and increased labor cost and various fines and penalties, and mainly reduced production for them. Our architecture supports on-premise and cloud or hybrid. We have built a pre-processing solution which actually AI infused before we do the edge inferencing. We also built a model training. Model training is basically allows the customers to train their own models without coming to us. And this is a patent pending platform which is infused with a lot of AI layers into this, so which augments the lighting and models and also visuals. This is having providing a great impact to the customers in terms of the production and false positives and labor cost. Our biggest competitive advantage with the way we have created the models, we have created models specific to surfaces like glass, plastic, steel and metal, and fiber, and so on. And also we reduce the total cost of ownership, with off-the-shelf cameras and reducing the turnaround time because of that. And we integrate with the APIs, with the factory systems like legacy systems or a conveyor or a robotic arms. Our architecture is future ready. We support currently with connected cameras. We also support mobile or drone cameras to make the inspection faster. We have served globally 10 plus locations through various partners and various system integrators working with us. And we have improved the efficiency of customers on the automation lines or without the automations. And we also worked with process industry where we are actually consuming the AutoCAD drawing and then finally comparing the AutoCAD drawing with the final assembly. So our revenue model is annual subscription for both our inferencing engine as well as our model training engine. And go-to-market strategy is primarily through system integrators and channel partners. We have already signed up with Deloitte and Verizon as our channel partners. Currently, we are raising about $2 million, and we're targeting about $1 million ARR by end of 2021. And we are planning to infuse more products into the line and also add our own cameras. And we are planning to have our own offices near the manufacturing hubs globally. That's about us. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks again, Rajesh. To keep us moving right along, we will now move into the artificial intelligence and machine learning focused pitches. And starting us off in this section, we have Reality AI, a software for embedded machine learning using sensors in automotive, industrial, robotics, and consumer IoT products.
My name is Nalin. I run business development at Reality AI. Here at Reality AI, we provide edge AI software for advanced sensing applications in embedded products. When people think of AI, they primarily think about vision-based applications. However, there's a lot of rich contextual information in sensors such as sound, vibration, radar, electrical, and other sensor signal data. We can use this non-visual information to understand what's happening inside and around smart devices. Our proprietary approach combines edge AI with advanced signal processing techniques, which allow us to deploy sensing applications in ultra-low power, low-cost microcontroller systems. We don't require any specialized hardware to run our embedded machine learning algorithms. Customers use our technology in a variety of automotive use cases, including, for example, detecting road safety threats using sound, predicting unhealthy tires for efficient fleet operations, detecting terrain and road conditions, as well as end-of-line testing for automotive manufacturing applications. We have also expanded into industrial and consumer white goods sectors. Customers can engage with Reality AI in two ways. Firstly, by using Reality AI tools, which is a no-code machine learning environment for the development and deployment of tiny ML models for custom sensing applications. Secondly, using our pre-built solutions for market-specific use cases, including automotive SWS for collision avoidance, which uses sound with external microphones on a vehicle to detect road safety threats in obstructed views. In-cabin speaker ID and location to enable all kinds of user experience personalization inside the vehicle. Industrial anomaly detection for condition monitoring, predictive maintenance, and quality assurance applications. Leading customers and partners, including Arm, Denso, Daikin, Infineon, and the UK National Nuclear Lab, have provided testimonials regarding our Edge AI technology for building the next generation of smart products and services. We're headquartered in Columbia, Maryland, with local sales and support offices in Silicon Valley, Detroit, and Tokyo. We also plan on having a presence in Germany later this year, with COVID permitting, of course. Our founders are repeat entrepreneurs, and we have seasoned operators in engineering and sales leadership roles within the company. The technology is patented. We have 15 US patents awarded already on our approach and an additional 7 patents pending today. We look forward to hearing about your priorities and exploring how we might help with our technology. Thank you.
Nalin, thank you so much for your overview and updates. We now have Drive, where their co-pilot uses in-car dual camera with head tracking, computer vision, and AI to anticipate and prevent auto accidents, provide real-time guidance in dynamic context, and improve driving behavior. Maggie, let's see it.
Hey Dorian, how about a bike ride this Okay. Dorian, how about a bike ride this weekend? What do you think about Friday?
Have you ever had to call someone while driving? You grab the phone, dial, or try hands-free operation because it's safer, right? We are all well-intentioned when we start a call, but driving conditions may not stay safe, and suddenly our full attention is required back on the road. I'm Maggie Stish, the CEO, and Roberto Ciccone is the CTO at Drive. We are co-founders bringing in rich experience in designing advanced human-machine interfaces, combining speech, video processing, and AI, as well as passion for safety on wheels. In the US, there are 100 million daily commuters and over 15 million professional drivers. They are under constant pressure to manage changes in deliveries and adapt to unexpected traffic patterns. So how do we address their need to communicate? At Drive, we have developed a unique solution preventing attention lapses, detecting risks on the road, and providing warnings to the driver. When safe-to-talk times are detected, the driver is allowed to communicate with other parties without ever affecting safety. However, should conditions change, the line is immediately put on hold. Both parties get automatically notified and reconnected when appropriate. Hands-free, eyes-free, distraction-free. This brand new communication tool will be even more powerful as we move towards level 3 and 4 vehicles. This presents a unique market opportunity with a potential 10x bigger than the already red-hot DMS market we have considered prior to Detroit Mobility. Since we joined Plug and Play, we are now part of Here Marketplace to sell our data to the highest bidders. We are also planning a 5G pilot targeting shows like CES, together with a major US cellular carrier and a leading cloud provider. I'd like to thank all Plug and Play organizers, mentors, and sponsors for making this a tremendous accelerating experience. Currently, we have ongoing conversations with strategic investors from the transportation and high-tech sectors, bringing sustainable safety to the roads across the world. So let's reinvent the smartphone and make it really safe, smart phone.
Maggie and Roberto, thank you both so much. Moving right along, we will now hear from David of Mobilize.ai, the prediction engine that identifies the specific households most likely to adopt EVs, a level of insight that companies selling EVs just don't have today. Here you go, David.
I'm David Keith, CEO of Mobilize.ai, a location analytics platform working to accelerate EV adoption and use globally. Using high-resolution spatial data and predictive machine learning, the Mobilize platform provides location intelligence to answer 3 critical questions for the EV ecosystem. One is, where are the individual households most likely to be EV buyers? 2, where can charging stations be deployed most effectively to serve these drivers, maximizing utilization and minimizing construction and operating costs? And 3, how can prices and capacity be set to maximize profits? We're working with a range of customers today, from utilities and regulators to automakers, helping them achieve their ambitions with both the rollout of charging infrastructure and accelerating sales of electric vehicles in American cities. A forthcoming report that we'll be pleased to share with you in the next week or so highlights some work we've done with the Toyota Mobility Foundation. Here you see a map of the city of Chicago. With charging walksheds indicated, we see that the downtown area of Chicago and north are relatively well served by public infrastructure today, and yet the predominantly Black communities in the south and west of the city go largely underserved, leading to a large racial disparity. In this report, we provide priorities for the Biden administration, utilities, and cities as we go about building the infrastructure we need to achieve a widespread electric vehicle transition. We're currently raising a seed round for Mobilize. We have a lead investor identified, and we still have some room for other firms interested in participating. And we'd love to speak with any investors who'd like to join us on this journey. Thank you.
Very nice, David, and the whole Mobilize.ai team. And now, to close out the artificial intelligence and machine learning portion of today, we have Anthill AI, a talent software for the deskless workforce. driving communication, reskilling, mobility, and retention programs with employee buy-in. Muriel, take it away.
Hi, I'm Muriel Clausen, CEO and co-founder of Anthill. It's no secret this last year was difficult, and even more so for our deskless workforce, our essential workers. As they fought to work with a smile through a global pandemic, we learned that caring for them needs to be of the utmost importance to employers. The highest turnover workers are deskless workers. This year, over half of deskless workers will look for a new job. In fact, the current administration has labeled the turnover tsunami as a national security issue, and much of this will come from the deskless workforce. Deskless workers, those who don't work at a desk or computer, make up 80% of the global workforce, yet they are the most unreached by talent management solutions and their employers. There is an incredible opportunity for companies to better meet the needs of these employees and increase retention. This is where Anthill comes in. Anthill makes it possible for companies to connect with, develop, and retain deskless employees in manufacturing, distribution, and retail, which exist in almost every large enterprise globally, especially auto manufacturing. We make understanding and retaining deskless workers possible at scale. Anthill has broken the barriers to connecting with and understanding deskless employees. Each Anthill session, the employees ask simple, personalized questions through a fun, quick mobile experience. By answering just a few questions through our texting platform, employees immediately receive more insight into their own skills, job opportunities, and more. We've made this experience unique and rewarding for each employee, and they keep coming back for more. This is made possible by our machine learning technology based in years of historical data that is able to predict a wide range of people insights, including employee skills and turnover drivers from limited responses. It is because of this that we're able to deliver a comprehensive map of the talent in an organization in an ongoing, rewarding way for employees. Anthill drives reskilling, internal mobility, and retention programs with employee buy-in. For our customers, our technology more than pays for itself. We work with companies with high turnover rates and help reduce turnover by 10 to 20% in the first year. We founded Anthill only a year ago, and our hill is rapidly growing. With over 1 million in committed ARR, we are continuing to expand our team, product capabilities, customer base, and channel partners to reach the 2.7 billion deskless workers worldwide. Please connect with us to learn more about how we work with auto manufacturing companies at Muriel@anthillai.com or at anthillai.com to learn more. Anthill, because people are more than their job description.
Fantastic, Muriel. Way to bring the energy. Thank you, Anthill AI. All right, everybody. We are now moving on to the fourth and final focus area of the day, electrification and sustainability. And just another reminder to be indicating if you would like to follow up with any presenting startups by using that poll function that appears on your screens. Cool. Now we have Charger Help, where their app enables a community's local workforce to easily validate, troubleshoot, or escalate a software communication issue of a networked EV charging station within hours instead of weeks. Let's see it, Charger Help.
Hi, my name is Camille Christina Terry, and I am the co-founder and CEO over at Charger Help. At Charger Help, we are getting people and charging stations back to work. Prior to my role of starting Charger Help, I worked for a company that developed software for electric vehicle charging stations. During that time, I had the opportunity to answer thousands of driver support tickets for drivers all over the US and even Canada. And during that time period, I was able to scale with our company and build out our customer experience department, our network operations center, And my last role, I was director of programs. And so what that meant was I led a team that was responsible for the infrastructure build out of electric vehicle charging stations all throughout the United States. And when we were doing those projects, there was one thing that was actually quite difficult, and that was finding proper workers that could troubleshoot the issues that we were experiencing for our EV charging stations. Because most of the time, these issues were actually non electrical. And it was actually 80% of the time that it was non electrical. And when I left EV Connect, I actually found out that this issue was not just an EV Connect issue, it was an industry wide issue. We saw that 35% of stations could be offline at any given moment. And why is this a big deal? The whole point of having smart technology is to ensure that the grid is never strained, that you're able to do demand response and all of the really cool things with that comes with smart technology with electrification. So when the stations aren't properly communicating, you lose all of those availabilities, especially when those stations were down for up to 30 days. At Charger Help, we've been able to build out an app and a platform that enables real-time dispatch. And so we're able to receive a ticket in real time and dispatch within the hour. We're really proud of the way that we're creating equitable green jobs. We work with workforce development centers in order to hire full-time workers who get paid a minimum of $30 an hour. So we're securing the work. We train and hire the local talent. Our curriculum that we teach our technicians is actually a stackable certification that is being recognized by the Department of Labor, and we're utilizing technology in order to keep our technicians up to date. Our customer are manufacturers and network providers. And so to them, we actually sell them buckets of hours ranging from $95 to $195 an hour for our technicians to go out and not only fix their sites, but also perform preventative maintenance. Some of our amazing milestones to date. So we launched in January of 2020. Today we have about 4 national contracts, and we have expanded into 7 states. I couldn't do this without my amazing team. My co-founder spent the last 7 years with the Department of Labor, where she was able to place 3,000 workers in jobs that ranged an average salary of $60,000. Our chief revenue officer was a previous director of sales at EV Connect. It has over 10 plus years in sales experience and has contributed to about 2,300 charging ports installed in the last 4 years. And I'd be remiss to not recognize our technician trainers. We have Clyde, who was previously from the oil industry and participated in one of our first cohorts. Carlos, who is currently an electrical apprentice, and who was a graduate of our second cohort. And then also Marshawn, who previously was in the cable and communications industry, and he was also a graduate of our second cohort. When we look at our product roadmap, we're most excited for the ability to provide predictive analytics to our industry. We truly believe that no charging station should ever be left offline, and we believe that we're able to equip the proper people in order to solve these issues as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for your time. Feel free to reach out if you have additional questions.
Great stuff, Camille. It was fantastic to have you with us today. And now to keep things rolling, we have Intercells. Intercells develops and commercializes battery manufacturing technology to significantly improve batteries' performance and form factor while reducing costs.
Hi, my name is Joe Ziegelbauer, and I'm the principal scientist at Intercells Incorporated. And welcome to our brand new research and development facility here in Troy, Michigan. At Intercells, we had the vision to revolutionize the manufacture of lithium-ion batteries by leveraging the awesome power of atmospheric or cold plasma. Now, a typical battery manufacturing plant, aside from being measured on the real estate scale of football fields, typically uses a 5-step process just to coat an electrode. As part of that coating process, typically involves caustic or toxic solvents in order to make a slurry. The associated cost for processing these electrodes, therefore, also includes evaporation, recovery, and recycling of those solvents. At Intercells, we realized that we could use cold plasma to completely eliminate those solvent streams and associated binders. In short, dry powder in, plasma on, fully formed electrode out, all in a very small footprint that realistically can be sited right next to your customer. If you'd like to learn more about the benefits of how cold plasma processing can streamline your manufacturing costs so that you're only dealing with material input costs, please visit us at www.intercells.com. We'd love to hear from you and explain the benefits of this revolutionary cold plasma technology for your lithium-ion battery manufacturing needs.
Awesome presentation. Thank you, Intercells team. Love to see the in-person collaboration coming back to the labs. We now have Relectrify, a developer and supplier of advanced battery management and inverter solutions. Let's see it, Relectrify.
Hi, my name is Valentin, and I'm a co-founder and the CEO at Relectrify. Renewable and reliable power benefits significantly from stationary battery storage in homes, industry, and the power grid. However, standard lithium-ion batteries today remain quite expensive and short-lived. Relectrify focuses on two problems to address this. The first problem is related to lifetime. Large battery packs contain up to 200 individual series-connected cells, and the weakest cell limits the entire pack. When batteries are brand new, the cells all perform strongly, and therefore none limit the pack. But as battery packs are used, the cells age unevenly, and the lifetime of the pack is limited by the single weakest series cell. The second problem is related to cost. Connecting to homes, industry, and the grid requires an AC output. Since normal battery packs provide a DC output, an expensive inverter is required. We have solved both these problems. Relectrify's mixed software and hardware solution merges the traditional battery management and inverter into one stronger performing, lower cost solution. Every cell is controlled individually, which overcomes the weakest link issue. This increases battery life by up to 30%. Alongside, the cell level control provides a partial AC output, which allows inverter complexity to be vastly reduced. Instead of 20,000 times per second, it only needs to switch about 100 times per second, and largely avoids the need for filtering capacitors or inductors. Our approach results in around 30% less battery management and inverter component cost, which spread across the full battery system leads to about a 10% cost reduction. Now, taking a step back, this technology opens up two opportunities. The first is allowing new batteries to be cheaper and have a notably longer life. The second is reusing so-called second life batteries, used batteries from electric cars, for a uniquely low capex storage solution.
We've been scaling our technology across residential, industrial, and grid-scale storage applications. Our technology has already been extensively validated with Nissan in the US and Japan, with Volkswagen Germany, and with global power utilities, including American Electric Power and Counties Power in New Zealand. In Australia, we're launching a 120 kilowatt-hour modular battery product using second life Nissan Leaf batteries with our battery control technology for a uniquely cost-effective industrial and grid-scale storage solution. Alongside, we're working with collaborators globally towards uniquely long-lived and affordable battery storage around the world.
Relectrify is actively looking for strategic collaborators globally that either manufacture or install stationary battery packs at significant volume. We would love to connect with any relevant companies to see if Relectrify can help make your battery packs cheaper and longer lasting.
Thank you, Relectrify team. We are now moving into the 14th and final startup presentation of the day. So I'd be remiss if I did not mention one last time to please remember to be using that poll function that pops up on your screen to indicate if you would like to follow up with any of the presenting startups. And now with that, we have Circular, where they're using blockchain, IoT, and AI to bring transparency to materials supply chain. Close us out, Eugen.
Hello, everyone. This is Eugen Tay from Circular. We enable traceability in complex industrial supply chains. Our software solution helps track the flow of raw materials through supply chains, providing customers with traceability and transparency of provenance, CO2 emissions, and due diligence to help demonstrate responsible sourcing and sustainability. We have customers in the automotive supply chain that are using a solution today to track the provenance of materials that go into their EV batteries, such as cobalt, nickel, lithium, and other materials such as rare earth elements, leather, and recycled plastics. We help our customers address the increasing demands and expectations they are facing from their customers, investors, and stakeholders to demonstrate sustainable and ethical sources for their products, and that they are indeed minimizing waste and whole life emissions. This has been difficult and costly to accomplish because supply chains are global and highly complex. And gaining visibility and proof for the provenance of raw materials to finished product can be challenging. Our solution helps to address this by tracking the flow of materials, not just the transaction. We enable a digital twin for the raw material to be created and verified at source. We then track the commodity through the supply chain as it undergoes industrial transformation and production. We connect input material to output product along the way, so that it inherits the identity of the original material. Much like inheriting the DNA of our parents, and through them, the DNA of our grandparents. In our case, we code the chemistry to track materials through industrial processes, to reliably create a digital chain of custody, and to detect any suspect activity. By tracking the material through the supply chain, we are able to track and dynamically attribute CO2 emissions at each production step as well, to provide transparency to the source of CO2 in the supply chain, and to help identify reduction opportunities. Our solution provides our customers with dashboards and reports to help them monitor and analyze what is happening in their supply chain, and how best to direct their due diligence efforts for ethical sourcing and CO2 reduction. We would love to speak to you about how we can help you with raw material traceability, CO2 tracking, and responsible recycling in your supply chain. Thank you.
Way to bring us home, Circular team. Well, that just about wraps up today's Plug and Play Detroit, powered by Amplified Batch 1 Expo. We saw from 14 fantastic startups focused on technologies in new mobility and autonomy, Industry 4.0, artificial intelligence, machine learning, electrification, and sustainability. So now, for the last time, please use that poll feature that's up on your screen now to be indicating which startups you would like to connect with moving forward. And thanks again to our amazing Batch 1 startups. It was a pleasure to work with each one of you over the course of the program. And to the Detroit partners, Stellantis, BorgWarner, MMSDC, the OFME, and Google, we look forward to working with you on another fantastic batch. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone in the audience with us here today. Hope you enjoyed the session. Take care, and we'll see you all again soon.